25 years generation is looking for right, left, and center, love issues. And tarot reading actually works well with love issues. It's better than astrology. Romance, and there is no age for romance. You could look for romance anywhere. Two of the most common questions that we face from the youth that's aged between 18 to 25. क्या मेरी गर्लफ्रेंड या बॉयफ्रेंड वापस आएगा? Is he or she thinking about somebody else? Or is he going to break up with me soon? Am I going to find a love partner at all? Matlab, these are the small little, I mean, they might sound very silly to us, but it creates a lot of anxiety for them.
जब आपके हस्बैंड को पता चला कि आप एक डेटिंग ऐप में काम कर रहे हो, उसके साथ काम कर रहे हो, उसके बाद आपने एक टैरो का भी लव टैरो बना दिया है,
Yes.
क्या रिएक्शन था उनका? आपके लॉस का क्या रिएक्शन था?
So my husband was like, "Are you sure? Because I don't think you'll be able to test it anytime." We don't realize we have a gut feeling inside us telling us what to do. We're so calculative. We're so on our phone all the time. So what these services can actually help us is that push us into that direction where you get to learn how to follow your intuition.
पता है ये कितना कंप्लीट सा सर्विस है? Hello and welcome to Rabbi Rashi Foundation. It's inspiring to have a mother, entrepreneur, and a professional with diverse skill set. Harshita Changlani has developed an online platform where one can connect with tarot readers. It's called bvastro.com. आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है हर्षिता.
Namaste. Good morning.
So, to start with, Harshita, tell us about your journey. Who is Harshita Changlani? Come on a podcast and your journey and the brand.
Hi, so I'm Harshita Changlani, like Rashi very well introduced me here. I'm a mother of two, and the most interesting part is that the idea of the startup and the fact that I will go ahead with it came to me when I had already conceived my second child. So it was a very organic way of, I don't know, it just came to me that this is an idea and I would like to go ahead with it. A lot of people would have initially told me ki, abhi kyun kar rahi ho, you just conceived a second child, take a seat back and just relax, you already have a job, you're looking at the legal and compliance of Flutter and everything. But somehow it just kept pushing me. And the best part was I had such a beautiful support system around me, whether it was my office, it was my family, my friends, that I just felt if I have it right now, then why not do it? I have all the resources I need. So it was a very organic push for me from inside. I followed my intuition, and yes, we launched it on 14th of Feb in association with Flutter. So that itself was very special to me. So that's how I've come across. And the best part is that I've had my I grew up professionally with startups. My first job was with a startup. Whenever I have switched jobs, two or three, they've been with startups, and the best part was that I've seen them grow. I've been with them almost from the first day. So I think this is a very I don't know organic step for me to go ahead with.
That's so nice. I mean, what I can understand that you've been working with Flutter and now you've had your own, like you've put up your own setup and you've collaborated with Flutter.
Yes, very special.
And this speaks a lot about you as a person because if a brand is allowing someone who's associated with the brand to also have an association with their own brand, somebody. So this speaks a lot about the brand itself.
Of
So
course, it
I
does.
think I think Kaushik is wonderful in this because on his collaborations and the way he's raised Flutter and he's building it up, with the son. This is absolutely wonderful. Okay, Harshita. So tell me, what was the inspiration? I understand that you conceived and you had a little time on your hands, but what was the exact inspiration for Love Tarot's, collaboration? Why did you make it? Why did you think of collaboration? What does the brand speak about?
So Rashi, the way we look at tarot reading or any kind of alternative, practices for your health, for your mental health, anything, there are a lot of mumbo jumbo around it, like, ye sahi nahi hai, ye sahi nahi hai, and all that. Now, for me, when I came across certain platforms, I was very appalled by the ethics they were following, by the etiquettes they were following. So I always had this thing in my mind ki instead of having that bigger user base, why not have a small niche user base where you're providing the services ethically. So yes, that was the first thought in my head. I saw the market, I did my research quite a bit, and I could understand that having an alternate practice apart from medical services, but this would be good. And why love tarot? I'm working with Flutter for the past almost 2.5 years now. So whenever there's a dating platform involved, and especially with our generation, a generation below us, what happens? There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of issues that they are facing and everything. So this constant anxiety that they have in their heart and mind, it does not allow them to follow a certain path which they should. Now, I don't believe in forcing somebody or forcing something that could push you into a direction ki yehi karna hai, but I think it can guide you. And you get to follow your intuition. What tarot reading services, I got this question asked the other day, that something that should come to you naturally, something like love, why to have a force push it for you, like push you in that direction. But my take on it is that our generation has become so superficial and calculative that we've forgotten to follow our intuition. Like, we don't realize we have a gut feeling inside us telling us what to do. We're so calculative, we're so on our phone all the time. So what these services can actually help us is that push us into that direction where you get to learn how to follow your intuition. You read, I mean, you listen to yourself also, apart from just what's on your phone. So I just followed that, and love issues is something that the 18 to 25 years generation is looking for right, left, and center. Love issues. Career is about 20%, but 80% it is love issues. And tarot reading actually works well with love issues. It's better than astrology. So that was the whole idea behind it.
Two great points I could understand here is one that, initially we had a podcast with Mr. Kaushik, and
Yes.
I could get that sense, and today you reconfirm the sense that Flutter is not just pushing normal or any, basic dating, uh, you know, um, I would say offerings, but
Yeah.
of course it is pushing some emotional, some sensitivity, love.
Romance,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. And I think having this new platform, a new vertical love tarot, is reconfirming and reinstating the whole concept of Flutter as well. So I understand that love tarot. So it is it what exactly is love tarot? It is a platform where all tarot readers have come.
Yes, so we've onboarded a couple of tarot readers on our platform. They've been vetted, they're well reputed, they're very good at what they do. So the users of Flutter and outside of Flutter also, they can come onto our platform and book a session with them. And they can ask about their issues, I mean, if there's anything that they're feeling anxious about, they can take good guidance from the tarot readers. They're pretty nice.
And the tarot reading is love specific, right?
Yes. Like I said, this is data that 80% of the questions come for love, for relationship issues. So I think it's very logical to put love tarot there, and also the association with Flutter. We're going to see a lot of relationship issues coming into the platform when they take the services. So yes, that's the love tarot thing concept behind it.
Absolutely beautiful. And I think it is the need of the hour as well, because as you rightly said, that so much of confusion around love happening, people don't know, especially the younger generation. This is
Absolutely.
yeah, wonderful, Harshita. Okay. So is this your concept, your baby, or it was Flutter's concept?
So it did grew up in my head. But after a lot of discussion with my team, like I told you, I have a very supportive working space and my family. Working with Flutter, because we're always bouncing back ideas, this and that. So the initial concept was in my head, and I think we built it together. When it came to how to bring the product forward, I think the best way was to do it with Flutter, because you have a dating app, and I know the vision and mission of Flutter so very well from day zero, actually. So I was like, there's no better platform to partner it with.
So, Harshita, coming back to your strong legal background, tell me that how do you handle the complex legal and compliance requirements, of creating a tech-based firm? Something also specific, like, to love tarot. And this is a very original kind of an idea. So, so in terms of data, security, privacy, कैसे करते हो आप? Let's hear.
So, because I've had so much experience into tech startups basically and handling their data privacy also to an extent, I knew what measures that have to be taken for data privacy or data security. So, yes, we've implemented that, and our basic concept is we're not going to take personal information that we don't need. So the law actually revolves around that. So that is the second thing. And we have protocols built in. We are keeping on building these protocols for regular audits and everything internally, so that there is no scope of a data breach here.
I want to tell everyone that the link of the Flutter podcast is also embedded into the same post. So, to know more about Flutter, you can also have a look at Kaushik's podcast, followed by the Love Tarot podcast, also in collaboration with Flutter. Now, you as a mother, being a parent, a young mother, rather, I would say, and an entrepreneur, then, so much of professional pressure, then also, dabbling your hands into something new. How do you balance it out? What is your stress-free mantra? I always ask everyone for the success mantra, but over here, I want to know you as a woman, what is the stress-free mantra?
There's nothing called stress free in our lives, honestly speaking. But how we go about it is that it's, I mean, right now I have the added pressure of two things. So I have an 8 month old, and I have a month old startup, newbies. So, what I do, Rashi, is that firstly, I make sure that things are taken care of at home. Even if somebody is not my responsibility, I make sure it's taken care of, so that there is no background noise in my head ki wo kaam hua ki nahi, wo kaam hua ki nahi. So things at home have to be settled when I step out. Even when I'm at home, I have to make provisions that if I'm with my laptop or I'm on a call, that there is somebody to take care of the kids in the kitchen. Apart from that, the basic mantra is prioritize. You have to let go of one thing or the other in a day, because you have to prioritize. And I think uh, you have to be satisfied with that. That okay, fine, today I had 8 things to do, and if I could not manage time for 8 things, I did the 7 most important things. So we have to do that. And I think the main factor is about being stress free is that you have to be guilt free also, to an extent. Mothers as women, and especially Indian households, we feel a lot of guilt. A woman stepping out of the house, there's a mom guilt. A woman coming back, there's like, oh, I mean, I must have missed something in the office, I should not have done that. So you constantly put this pressure on your head, which ultimately drowns you down. You have to be stress free, you have to be guilt free in order to be stress free also, and you have to make provisions and prioritize. That is my mantra. That is how I prioritize. I do have 2 kids. I have a few family members that I look after and their needs and everything. So, uh, plan, prioritize. You have to know what your day is going to look like. You can't just go to office not knowing that what you're supposed to do today, and you can't go back home not knowing what you're going to do tomorrow morning for the kids. So yes, I prioritize spending time with my kids when I go back home. In the morning, I make sure that I'm the one sending her off to school, because that's me and my daughter time. So getting her ready to school, talking in between that, dropping her off to the drop point. So I don't like to miss that out, because that's the actual one-on-one time I'm spending with her, talking to her, and putting her off to sleep is, my thing. I have to put her to sleep because that's when we talk. What I concentrate on is having conversations with my daughter, because she's 6 years old now. So she likes that conversation. It's not just getting her things done or having somebody take care of a routine, but kids at that age, they need a conversation with their parents, be it father, be it mother. And I'm very lucky to have a very supportive husband who takes care of things. If I'm not there, I'm taking care of things if he's not there. So yes, it works out pretty well.
So, dating apps, so generation of my age, like I'm almost 50. तो हमारे लिए डेटिंग ऐप था कि डेटिंग ऐप पे टिंडर पे दिखोगे फ्लटर पे दिखोगे इट्स लाइक टैबू फॉर अस
Of
अरे
course,
वो
yeah.
सभी हैं सब लोग
हाँ,
डेटिंग एप्स पे राइट एवरीबडी इज सीकिंग आउट टू स्पीक टू समवन बिकॉज यू
correct,
एक्चुअली डोंट हैव मोर फ्रेंड्स नाउ इनिशियली वी यूज्ड टू हैव सो
correct.
सो जब आपके हस्बैंड को पता चला कि आप एक डेटिंग ऐप में काम कर रहे हो उसके साथ काम कर रहे हो उसके बाद आपने ये टैरो का भी लव टैरो बना दिया है
Yes.
क्या रिएक्शन था उनका आपके लॉस का क्या रिएक्शन था
So my husband was like, "Ki, are you sure? Because I don't think you'll be able to test it anytime." I was like, "Yes, I understand that, but idea is an idea, and you should have a user's perspective when you're working in a company. When you have a product or a service." Unfortunately for me, I could not have much user perspective, but yes, logic is something where I was contributing. Otherwise, he had no hiccups about me being, working with a dating app. So even if I'm meeting somebody for the first time and they ask me, so what are you working with? And I say Flutter, and now they know what is Flutter. Oh, so you're working in a dating app? I was like, yes. So like, how's that working out for you? I said, it's working out very well. I mean, because we're not just, just about the bottom line. We're about creating romance, and there is no age for romance. You could look for romance anywhere. So it's about that. And Flutter is actually changing the language of love also in that ways. It is not just about finding a connection. It's about romanticizing something, getting that emotion. So yes, I mean, working with a dating app, it's actually very fun over here. It's a lot of fun. You get to know a lot of new things, or what's coming, the lingo that they're using, all that, everything trending. I get to come to know right here with my team.
okay so I would want you harshita to share some nice case studies maybe couple of them somebody who's used you just launched it yesterday but of course you
Correct.
would be getting a lot of queries about love tarot so let me hear what kind of questions do actually come in let's hear
So Rashi, I'll tell you two of the most common questions that we face from the youth that's aged between 18 to 25. क्या मेरी गर्लफ्रेंड या बॉयफ्रेंड वापस आएगा? Is he or she thinking about somebody else? Or is he going to break up with me soon? Am I going to find a love partner at all? Matlab, these are the small little, I mean, they might sound very silly to us, but it creates a lot of anxiety for them. And this thing that goes on in their head in the during the day कि यार इसने मेरे को call back नहीं किया, यार उसने मेरे को call back नहीं किया, and this and that. So yes, these are the most common questions that come from that age bracket, and for love tarot especially. So most common questions are what we find silly, but they're actually very important to the user. Yeah.
पता है ये कितना कंप्लीट सा सर्विस है पहले तो आप फ्लटर पे जाओ आप
Hmm.
फ्लटर पे अपने लव को ढूंढो आपको लव मिल जाएगा बिकॉज वो इतनी लैंग्वेजेस में है ऑनेस्ट
Correct.
ठीक है
Yes.
देन वंस यू फाउंड योर लव एंड इन केस द लव जस्ट फ्लिप्स तो आप लव टैरो की सर्विस यूज कर लो जो आपको एग्जैक्टली पेन फ्री और टेंशन फ्री कर देगा कि
Correct.
नहीं ओके आई कैन हैव सम मोर एंड फ्लटर इज देयर टू हैव अ न्यू लव इन योर लाइफ तो ये
Right.
बहुत ही कंप्लीट सर्विस है आई थिंक इट इज ग्रेट ब्रेन गोइंग बिहाइंड दिस ब्रांड फ्लटर एंड congratulations to the brand and especially Kaushik he's
Yes.
and you Harshita to even think on these lines adding value to a brand this is absolutely commendable work मेरे को नहीं पता था कि मैं एक डेटिंग ऐप के बारे में इतना रिसर्च करके जान जाऊंगी. This is wonderful. Okay. Okay. So now tell me, see the digital platforms and the applications and the way applications are being used, the digital startup world is
Right.
changing every day.
Every
Something
day.
new coming in. So what are your views?
uh, be updated with everything. I mean, there has to be a FOMO. There has to be a fear of missing out over here. Be it Gen Z, be it our generation, be it Kaushik's generation. If you're missing out on something in the digital era and you're in this business, then you've lost it. I mean, you will lose your product or service. So we have to keep updated with all the trends that come in, even if it is just a lingo. Over here at Flutter, we are so conscious that even if there's a lingo that we've not yet used or we could use, I mean, we have to use it. So if there is something trending, it should be used with us. So I think all digital platforms work like this, and with the tech changing hour by hour, I think it's very daunting for the tech teams also to keep abreast of everything. But I think Flutter is doing a very good job, and we have a very good team behind this product. And I think we are doing pretty well in that scenario.
Tell me about the challenges when you push this idea to Flutter and yourself. इतना आसान तो नहीं हुआ होगा. Because see, when it comes to tarot, we work with so many tarot readers. They have their own different kind of a level of ego, about they know something. So telling someone in a very, very lovable manner that, okay, your love is not going to come back. तो ये सब आपने कैसे किया? आपने टैरो रीडर्स को कोई गाइडलाइंस दी? हाउ डिड यू डू इट?
Rashi, the best part about working with professionals also is that the level of soft skill training that they've already had helps us in conveying a message, even if it is a negative message, even if it is something that the user might not want to hear. It's conveyed in such a way that it does not hit them that badly. So that is the soft skill training that they already have, and we've also guided them on how to convey a message. There has to be a way about it, because I mean, if somebody just comes and tells you that, yaar, tere ko koi nahi milega, and you'll just go into a shell. You'll say, I mean, this is not how I can run my life. It could have its own repercussions. So the way it is said is very important. So we didn't have to do much convincing with the tarot readers, because we have onboarded professional tarot readers over here, and they know how to handle users and their issues in a way that it does not give them a push that would put them in a different direction. Because the whole point of tarot reading is to give you guidance, and that guidance, if it is not given out properly, it's not guidance then.
Oh, I so agree with her that it is actually called also tarot guidance. You know,
Correct.
it's not any
Yes.
tarot prediction.
No,
So,
no, no.
yeah, so I think she put it well that it is tarot guidance, and putting it in a very, very lovable manner is also very important for a dating app. And I think Love Tarot with Flutter is doing excellent job out there. And I think everybody, whether you have a love or you don't have a love in your life, go ahead and use their service once and see that चेक करने के लिए यूज कर लो. एक बार यूज तो करो आप, because unless and until you use the application, you use the service, you won't know the benefits and the beauty of it. This is what I feel. Okay, Harshita, what is your one message to all the communities out there?
To mothers and homemakers, if you have an idea, don't wait around for somebody to give you a push. Don't wait around for people to tell you it can be or can't be done. If you have an idea, push it yourself, get the resources, and get it done. That should be your mantra.
She's so real, no, guys? Like सच्चे सच्चे से बोल दिया, आइडिया है तो बता दो. So collaborating with a dating app to offer unique love tarot services opens up a whole new, arena for both the platforms. The services are amazing. Flutter is amazing. Love Tarot is amazing. Today I'm going to do my Love Tarot. Valentine's was yesterday. The podcast is coming out on Sunday. And I think I'm going to use this service and see what is in store for me. So, what's stopping you? Go ahead and use Flutter and Love Tarot services. हर्षिता, आपका बहुत बहुत थैंक्स है कि आप आए.
Pleasure's all mine, Rashi. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast.
All the details and the application download details are available on the post. Go ahead and download the application.